Hey, how's it going, everybody? I turned on my Netflix because this coming Wednesday, season two is coming back on. So I turned my Netflix back on, but I caught this movie called Brick. Brick. It's Brick. Brick. Rick Brick. Yeah. So this is a really very impressive show. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. It's a thriller. What was neat about this is a foreign film, but what was neat about this movie was I get it. It don't take much for me to get restless. I think it's because I just get restless. So uh, I'm just not. I just can't sit down. I feel like I need to be busy. So anyway, with that being said, this has got gore, language, and violence. But what it is this couple lost a baby and they're still together, but they're trying to work things out. And his wife is trying to get their life back on track. So she wants a fresh new start. So she quit her job. This is how the movie opens up. She quit her job. She's trying to get him to quit his job. And all he does is stare at the computer because he's been reeling from them losing their daughter when she was born. So I guess the baby was born and something happened. They lost their little girl. So he's just been never the same. So the movie opens up that way, and she's trying to reconnect, and she's telling him, "I quit my job. I want you to quit yours. Let's just move out of here. Let's get a fresh new start." But he didn't want to do it. He wants to. He shut her off when he lost his child, and but he kind of didn't realize that she's going through problems too. She wants to move on, and try to rekindle their life and get back. All he does is stare at this computer, and he's got this job that he does these game apps or something like that. So that's how this movie's set up. So she tries to get him. They got this neat little van they got, man, and it's cute, man. It's all neat. It's pink. It's a nice little van. So she takes him in there, man, to grab something to eat, and she tells him, "Hey, I quit my job. Why don't you quit yours? Let's get out of here. Let's just jump in this van and let's go somewhere and just start fresh." And he didn't want to do that and stuff. And then she got upset because she's dealing with the loss of that girl. She didn't want to give birth, so she lost her daughter too. So now she's frustrated. So it goes later on in the evening where they go to bed, and she, before they went to bed, they was trying to discuss what was, they was trying to discuss. She wants him to talk, and he just was just clamming up and didn't want to talk, kind of like wanting to, he just was like, he loves the woman, but he was just all messed up. Anyway, they go to bed. So he's he goes to bed and she's sleeping beside him, but he's on one side, she's on the other, and he's having these dreams of when they lost their child, and it just really tore him up. Then while he's dreaming that, it shows her laying beside him. She's looking up at the ceiling. Then she's kind of crying a little bit, just a little bit. So then she's like, he wakes up, and before they went to bed, during the day when they was in the van, there was this huge fire at this. It's kind of like I think it has something to do with the military, but it was a huge fire, and they was trying to figure out where that fire come from. And the owner of the building said, "Yeah, that this special laboratory that has something to do with the military is on fire real bad." And she's like, "Oh." So anyway, back to where they was at in the evening. So when they went to bed, he wakes up and he sees her not there, but he wakes up at 6 o'clock. And when he wakes up, she's got her cold clothes on. She got a bag packed, and he's like, "What's wrong?" She says, "I can't do this no more." She goes, "I'm just, I gotta leave." She goes, "You just not gonna, I just can't do this no more." And he's trying to talk her into leaving and stuff. So when she opens up the door, there's this weird looking. The whole building's been bricked off, but it's been bricked off with some type of look like some type of technology, man. And she thought it was him. And he said, "It's not me," but he didn't want to go anyway. So then he tries. She goes, "Let me out." He goes, "I ain't got nothing to do with that. How would I put that wall up there?" So they were walled in. This whole building. This whole building was walled in. So he went to the window, and the windows got the same. It's a black it's really a good movie. It's got this black wall, but it looks like some alien tech. So they go to the other window. Everything's walled up. They try to turn the water on. There's no water. So they figured out that the outside the building. to get outside is bricked with this special type of alien type wall. And it looked like an alien type wall. I think it's a military operation that went bad. And that's where that fire come from. And whatever it released, it sealed up everything, uh, that was in that area that they were living. So that's how this movie's unfolding. So they figured out just the outside of the building is walled up. So with that being said, they realized they could bust through the walls into their next door neighbors in the apartment, because it's a big apartment building, and they also can go and bust the wall. So now they're busting the walls. They met a couple. They met this crazy couple that was doing drugs, and then they decided to go bust the floor down. So they went down the floor and met this old man, his granddaughter. There's a story behind her. I ain't even gonna share it. They had to just throw that in there. Besides that, but it wasn't much to it. And then they busted that door down because the old man had a oxygen tank up to his nose. He was carrying it, and they didn't see the granddaughter in the room. He come out with a gun, and he goes, "Get out of my place. Just go back upstairs, or I'll kill you." And he's like, "We're just trying to find a way out." And in this building, back when there was a war, there was a tunnel to go outside that they knew that was in a. They found out that the blueprint, that building, there was a tunnel from back in the war days that could take you outside. So they're trying to get downstairs in the basement to find that door. That's what this whole movie's all about. In the meantime, they go and bust the floor down, and they meet this guy who killed his buddy. This buddy figured out how to get this crazy looking wall that sealed up this whole building. So that's how this whole movie is set up. So instantly, I'm really into this. I really am. And I tell you guys, y'all should, this is a 2025 Gore, Language, and Violence. It's called Brick. Because it's R-I-C-K, Rick. So that's B-R-I-C-K, Brick. It's really good. They were bricked in, walled in. So the whole movie. But this movie was really cool because you get to know each character that they went into each wall. So you had that character development with the two couples that did drugs, and then you went downstairs. You had the grandpa that he was an old guy. He had a little oxygen tank so he can breathe, and then he had his granddaughter. He had a little small story about that. Then they busted down another floor, and there was a guy that was his buddy, he said his buddy died, but he ended up killing his buddy. So each one of these floors, man, you got a character development. Then they went and found out that the owner of the building lived beside this one guy. So they busted the wall in his place. Come find out, when he bought that place, he put smoke detectors up there, but he also put these hidden little cameras in there. When they didn't know that till when they broke the ceiling, they happened to look and see there was a camera in one of the smoke detectors. Then when they found him, he was dead. And his hands was missing. So I think that what happened with him was, I think when the door opened up, because they found out they can get through this door a certain way. You had these little patterns. This is a really, really, really good. I haven't had Netflix on in a while. It's been maybe 2.5 months. But man, I turned it back on and I was like, I'm going to check this out. And when I sit down, if I can't get grip right away, I get restless, man. I got to get up and do something. But I sat down, it's a whole hour and 41 minutes. So, and the whole time, you're trying to figure out how they're going to get through this situation. You got character developments for each person they met, through this apartment building. But at the end, it was a twist, because I was thinking that, when they got out, because the whole time they was trying to get out, they said, man, it might have been a nuclear war out there. Maybe this is one of those military things that they designed to protect people and keep them inside. But I don't know how that would work, because the water wouldn't work. So they couldn't drink no water, because this thing bricked up everything. There was no running water, no nothing. So that's how this whole movie was set up, because they kept saying, what if you do go outside, everything might be gone. So that's how this movie set up. So I'm getting into it. And at the end, there was a slight little surprising twist because I was watching, I was going like this, like, holy crap. And even they was like, there's only 2 people that survived. Everybody else didn't. Yeah, because I was like, man, are they all gonna get out of there? None of all of it was just the main couple that ended up getting out of there. And then they kind of realized how much they had a chance to really get all their hurt out because there was a part where they all sit down and they all shared what certain things that was affecting their life, which was pretty cool, because it got in each one of their lives. Yeah, you guys, y'all folks out there, put this on your radar. It's called Brick. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. It's gore, language, and violence, and it is just, it is really good. I was shocked how good this was. So anyway, that's my little Netflix, little. It's a Netflix film, and I'm very impressed with it. What you will like about this is the fact that when you watch this, you will not be bored. You will not be like, can you kind of get going here? I want to find out what's going on. No, it just boom, right away. It just keeps. I mean, it was like, okay, I'm into this. Okay, I'm into this. They they set up the story. You found out what the 2 main characters was, and then every time you went into another, the whole outside building was walled up with this special tech that they was trying to figure out what it was, and then when they was trying to figure out how to do it, they had to use all these. There was every little step in this movie was very, very interesting. This is a well-made Netflix film. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next video. God bless.